What if one tiny switch in n8n could make your workflow work 600% faster? Today I will show you the execute workflow and wait for completion toggle inside it, and how turning it off can save you hours without rebuilding an automation. But here is the catch: if you turn at the wrong time and you will hit API rate limits, you will lose important output information. I will walk you through exactly how to use it, show real examples that cut execution time from 36 minutes to just 6, and share how to turn it into a reusable modular workflow. By the end, you will know how one toggle can multiply your efficiency and 3 modular workflows to make it even better. Let's get into it. In this video, I will cover the execute workflow node and when executed by another workflow node which are connected. So this node is connected with this one, and I'm going to show you how to build modular workflows that you can reuse in your another workflows. For example, in this workflow, I am executing cancel subscription workflow twice, that I don't have to put my whole logic, the whole logic of this workflow. I don't have to put it here to look messy and complicated. I'm just executing the workflow, inputting the fields that I need in this workflow. I'm getting them from here, and I'm processing the data and getting the result. And in the end, we can see that this is a modular workflow to generate and publish an image to Facebook that we can attach to any workflow that is gonna give us here the prompt of the image. It is gonna generate it. It's gonna generate the post as well, and it's gonna post it. We can use it in any of other workflows that we have to post to Facebook. And then we will build from scratch one modular workflow which you can reuse and recall from another workflows as well. This way, if you watch the full video, then you will be able to build your workflows and think about modularity in workflows, and you will know how to increase and optimize the efficiency of your workflows. Okay, let's get into it. Starting first with the email scraper workflow that I have showed in my previous videos. I'm gonna attach it. You can click the link and rewatch it. In the email scraper video, we've been using this scraper that scrapes emails from Google Maps, and this is the email scrape starter. Why we using this? Because we are feeding 100 items to loop over them and execute this workflow for 100 times for different items, so different searches. And in this case, because we have Google Maps rate limit, this case we are using execute workflow run once for each item, because we are putting one item, we inputting this item to this workflow, and we wait for the result. Then we wait for the execution to finish, and then we loop and get the other item and put the next one. But if we want to increase our efficiency, when we are feeding 100 items here and executing the workflow, we have this wait for sub workflow completion ticked because of the rate limit of Google Maps. If we don't have the rate limit of Google Maps and we turn this off, it's gonna straight away, when we have this run once for each item, it's gonna feed each incoming item to this workflow and rotate and execute the workflow, rotate and execute the workflow. And here in the executions of this workflow, we will see 3, 4, 5 executions. Let me demonstrate it. And for sure, we're gonna hit the API limit of Google Maps. But anyway, let me just leave 10 of these queries. Okay, we got 12 items. And now when I click execute workflow, and if this is on, let me show it how it works when it's on. We're gonna execute the workflow. It's gonna go and start this workflow. Now you're gonna see the execution. Now it's running. And as you can see, one execution is running, and this one is waiting for the execution to finish. Then it's gonna come, wait for the execution, wait 1 minute between executions, and it's gonna loop through the other item. When this finish, I'm gonna stop it and show you how the other option works. Now it's still running. Okay, it says succeeded, and now it's waiting. We have returned 16 items, and it's gonna go and loop through the next item. And let me stop it. As you can see, and here it is, yeah, this is the last execution. And as you can see, it finished, and we don't have any other executions right now. Let's check the scraper database. We have our emails and websites scraped. Okay, yes, this execution is done. And now if we untick this, wait for workflow completion, and leave this run once for each item, it will straight away go run the workflow, wait for 1 minute, and come and run the next workflow. Wait for 1 minute, come and run the next workflow. Let's make it to not wait for 1 minute, but we're gonna wait 5 seconds. Let's say 10. Yeah, let's wait 5 seconds for the video and show you. But when you're using this, you have to make sure that you have the right API rate limits or request limits, because now when it sends and tries to execute a couple of times this workflow, it's gonna give us error because Google Maps has a rate limit, 1 search or 2 searches per minute or something like this. And when we run it, it's gonna hit the limit, or let's say, and we're gonna start seeing errors here. Let me show you how it's gonna go. When I click now execute workflow, it's gonna start looping to the items, wait 5 seconds, loop, and this node, you will see it's not gonna wait for the execution to be complete. Execute workflow. Now you can see straight away it executed this workflow. Now we're gonna see now 1 execution, straight away 2nd execution. We will see now 3rd execution. And if you don't have any API rate limits, or you are using this to generate, for example, a couple of images at once in the end to get them together at the same time to increase your efficiency, or you're sending emails, or you're inputting data or analyzing, you can use this one, because as you can see, it is running, all of the executions are running separately. And now we will see if it's gonna hit the rate limit or not. Okay, one of the tasks succeeded, 12 items. Let's see. If we don't hit the Google API rate limit, it will be surprising for me as well, because I was using it with 1 minute pause between the executions, and now with 5 seconds between them, I think it is working. So this way, you saw the last time we've been waiting for this execution to finish maybe around 2 minutes, and then it waited for 1 minute, 3 minutes, then go and it's gonna execute again. But this way, you can see 12 executions. We're gonna be done almost in maybe 3-4 minutes. We're gonna be done with all 12 executions. And then we're gonna check our database if all of the emails scraped are updated. So this way you can save a lot of time with your automations for your clients and make your workflows more efficient. We are lucky today we didn't hit any API rate limits. Still running, and we will see now running for 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and between them 5 seconds. It's gonna be around 5 minutes. We're gonna be done with all 12 executions. Otherwise, for 1 execution, it's been taken around 3 minutes. If we remove the wait node, let's say we wait for 5 seconds again. So to be fair, it's gonna take 12 times by 2-3 minutes per execution, 36 minutes. This way, in 6 minutes, 5-6 minutes maximum, we will be done with all 12 executions. Just one toggle to turn it off and on, you can increase your efficiency with hundreds of percents. But just to let you know, in this way, as you can see, it is not returning us here the output of the execution of the previous workflow. It is just executing the workflow and passing the query from before. So it just worked like a set node. Because we are passing this query there, 1 item, it's passing this item to execute workflow. It's executing it on this one, on this workflow, and then straight away it passes through. When this wait for sub workflow completion is on, we are getting here the results of the last node of the workflow. Okay, we are done, and I'm gonna check how long it takes after the recording is finished, and let's see. Yes, we have scraped 145 before that I've got some dentals. So 130 emails, phone numbers, and companies in just 5 minutes. So this is how with one toggle, one option, you can increase your efficiency in your workflows with hundreds of percents. Okay, let's go to the next example. The second example I want to cover is the same thing like modular usage of the workflows. For example, here in my ClimaCast managed subscription form, when some subscriber has unsubscribed and I have to delete their account, I am using this execute workflow and given the sub workflow, which is this one, the details of the subscriber, so I can delete them from Stripe and delete their subscription and notify them that they have successfully unsubscribed. How we can use this modularity? Modular workflows are, you build it once and use it as many times as you want. So when you build this workflow for subscription cancellation and you know what inputs you have to give to this workflow, you can just change here the Stripe account and the notification and the email of these notifications and the sheets, and straight away you have this same logic, same workflow that you can reuse with another application or another automation system. For example, this one is image generation and Facebook posting. This one is modular as well, as you can see when executed by another workflow. And here, when executed by another workflow, in this node, you can use accept all data. This will, for example, when calling this workflow, this execute workflow, you can feed all the data in, or you can have workflow input schema specifically with names and fields. So when this is on and when you come to execute workflow and you choose this workflow, it's gonna straight away, let me straight away demonstrate it to you. Okay, we have a clean empty canvas. We have this image generation Facebook posting workflow that I am using for posting a daily post for my ClimaCast. Okay, from this workflow, we can just, let's make trigger manually, or no, let's make an AI agent. Let's choose a chat model. Here we can choose OpenAI 4.1 mini, for example, and we're gonna use execute sub workflow. And when we click this, when we get this execute sub workflow, you can see from database, we can choose to execute a workflow and we can choose from the list. And what is the name of our workflow? 7 image generation. Let's choose this one, 7 image generate post. And now you can see when I click it, we can see the workflow inputs. We can choose what type of field we want to get. We can add fields here, and here we have to define what we will need as an input in order to use this whole modular workflow. And now in here, today's forecast, we can see something else because this is gonna feed today's forecast. It's gonna make a post for today's forecast and it's gonna upload it to Facebook. But let's try something else, or just an example forecast. Okay, here in today's forecast, we're gonna map the output of the agent. If you want to switch from fixed to expression, you can just press the equal sign and it's gonna go to expression, and then you can write double curly brackets, and then you can choose your early nodes, the name of the node. Then when you press dot, it's going to be item, and then you press dot, it is usually a JSON. When there is a binary file, it's binary. This is just a mapping example that I'm giving you, and it is going to be output. Usually, if you don't use any structure output parser here from AI agents, this is the right mapping. Item JSON out. And now let's give our AI agent a prompt to generate today's forecast in a funny way. And we are writing the agent, let me know today's weather forecast for London in a funny way. And it's gonna output it, and we mapped here. It's gonna straight away execute the sub workflow. This one, let's go to the executions in order to see. And here, as you can see, run once with all items and run once for each item, we can say, and run once for all items. When we see for each item in the options, you can see the wait for sub workflow to finish. And with all items, it's the same thing. But if we say run once with all items, if we have 10 items here, it's gonna feed all of them into the execution. So instead of getting one item, instead of getting only one item here, we're gonna have 10 items inputted, and then all of them are gonna run here in the execution. But it will be one execution. If we check for each item, there are gonna be 10 executions separately working. This is more efficient. Okay, and run once for each item. Let's keep it like that, and let's open the chat and ask the agent. Oh, it deleted my message. Okay, we are texting the agent. Let me know today's forecast in London in a funny way. And I am sending the request. Okay, and as we can see now, we're gonna have our execution here. It is running, so it's gonna go generate an image, convert it, wait, upload it to Google Drive. We're gonna generate the post, edit, download the file, upload it to Facebook, and it's gonna let me know that it is uploaded. Let me go to my Climcast Facebook page to see the post after finishing this execution. As you can see, we have option turned on here as default. Wait for the sub workflow execution to finish. This is why this one is waiting now, and it's gonna return here the output of the last node of sub workflow. Let it finish and we will see. Okay, we have our workflow. It is succeeded. Let's check here. Yes, we have date and Google Drive, because here, as you can see, what we are saving in the Google Sheets, here we have the same output. Let's check in Facebook now. Okay, just 1 minute ago, and we have our today's forecast. Let's check what was our. Okay, sure thing. Here is London's forecast. Sure thing. Here is London's forecast with a smile. Today in London, the weather decided to play dress up. It's juggling rain showers with sneaky bursts. This is not right. It's really sunny today, but you know, this agent doesn't have access to internet. This is why. But as you can see, this is the way that you can use modular workflow. So I haven't got to build this whole workflow again in order to use it with an agent to generate a picture or something. I can just build an image generation workflow, an voiceover generation workflow, a post generation workflow, and I can just connect them to this agent and connect everything. And okay, let me show you as a bonus in this video. We will make an image generation agent, image generation sub workflow, and a post generation sub workflow, and one of the workflows is gonna post them. Okay, and now we can come here, execute sub workflow, and execute sub workflow. And here we can choose create a new sub workflow. Let's choose this, and now it's gonna give us to create a new sub workflow. Define using fields below. Okay, workflow input schema. So in this schema, what we're gonna do in this workflow? We're gonna generate image. So what we have to have here, our image idea or image description. Okay, we're gonna have it allow any type, and that's it. Let's make it simple. Let's delete this, and now we're gonna have an AI agent here. We're gonna have our chat model again, OpenAI 4.mini. This one is gonna generate us the prompt for the image generation, and we will input this image description. So image description will be fed here. So how we gonna map it? Try to think about it and make it yourself. I'm gonna tell it now. Equal sign, double curly brackets, when executed by another workflow, dot item dot JSON, and dot, it will not be output here because the previous node is gonna feed us this variable. Okay, we have our AI agent. Let's give it a system message. You are a helpful assistant. You are Okay, we are saying you are an expert. You are an expert image generation prompt designer. Your task is to write and output the image generation prompt only. You have to use the user's request description. And here you can see image description. And we will feed. Then we will use, let's use Google's generator, Gemini, generate an image, choose a model. We're gonna choose the normal one. Prompt. For prompt, again, how we gonna feed it? Equal sign, curly brackets, AI agent. We can do straight away JSON, but this way, if we do, for example, JSON item output, if we do it this way, if we put some other node here, for example, a set node, and it's gonna straight away break our, this is gonna break because $JSON sign, it's taking just the previous node connected to the current one. So we have to use $sign AI agent, because this way, when we use it this way, agent item JSON out. When we are using it this way, whenever you move this node, even if you put 10 nodes between them, this is gonna still map to this variable from the agent. Okay, we will generate the image, and yeah, so we will output the image then. My sub workflow 3 run once for each item. Okay, we have our image generation model. Let's create the post generator now. Again, execute workflow, sub workflow, execute sub workflow, create new, define the fields below, post description, and we will allow any type. Just to have, this is, we can use accept all data, but this is really good because we know what is the input of our workflow and what will be the output of our workflow. So this is really important when building your workflows to keep in mind. Even you can put your first workflow and last workflow, your first node and the last node. For example, in this one, we're gonna have a post. We can put edit set node in the end, that here we're gonna have post title, we're gonna have the post here, and we're gonna have post captions or post text. So we know now what is our input and what we expect our output to be, and we have to fill the middle in order from here to reach there. And this is the way that you have to think. Okay, let's put an AI agent again, define below. Okay, and let's put a system message. You are an expert Facebook post writer. Facebook post writer, you use, okay, what we are saying is you are an expert Facebook post writer. You use all psychological techniques to make the post to be outstanding and get more engagement with users. You have to output the post title and the text only in JSON format, and this is the JSON format. Let's use require specific output format, output parser, and here we paste the same JSON. Okay, chat memory we will use again 4.1 mini, all of them to be same, and here we will map the post title. Let's run the agent. So before mapping this field, let me show you how to build it, because if you don't know how to map these in advance, you have to execute this agent, or you know that post description is going to be fed. Here you can see the edit button. When you click edit, you can delete up to here and leave just one item like this, name and first name. Here you can say post description, so we are using this name, and here you can put an example post description that this agent could have. So this is the testing environment of the agent. We're gonna test what kind of output it's gonna give, and then we're gonna map them to our edit fields so we know what will be the output. In this case, we can avoid using edit fields because the edit fields output and agent output is gonna be the same. But just for you to know how to use them. Okay, first description, make a post, a small win that I made 100 push-ups today. Save, and we can have our post. We have now our post description. Now we have to, let's execute this agent to see what is going to be the output. No prompt specified. Okay, so let me map this. What is wrong? Ah, here we are missing JSON. Okay. Item JSON post description. Okay, we have the post description. Let's see now what is going to be the output of the AI agent. As you can see, we have small WIRN alert. We have the title, we have the post text. And here then we can drag and drop them. And if we have to clean something from this test, we can clean, and that's it. And this will be the output of the sub workflow. Okay, just save the sub workflow. Let's make it post writer sub. Also, these sub workflows can be used as a tool. Okay, post writer sub. We have our sub workflow here. Now we can map. Okay, output. This output will go here on the image generation. Let's say image generator sub. This is going to be post writer sub. Okay, and then in every other workflow now I can use them. Even I can call them as tools. Call n8n workflow tool. For example, I can call the tool, call the post writer tool here, post writer sub. And as you can see, post description, I'm gonna click this, let the AI define. And if I ask this agent and here give the description of this tool, post writer, it's gonna know that it can call this tool to get a really good written post. But this is for later videos. Okay, we have our image now, we have our post, and then we can use another workflow here to merge. For example, we're gonna merge these, append to, and we can use another workflow which is gonna be publisher, which is gonna publish the image. But let's test our workflow until now, and then we will see what we're gonna have here, because here is a binary file. Let's see if it's gonna be able to put the binary file output here. Let's open the chat and say, make a post for a small win today. I made 100 push-ups. Okay, we are saying make a post for a small win today. I made 100 push-ups. And let's see. Okay, it's executing this workflow. Bad parameters. Let's see. Now imagine API is only accessible to build user at this time. Ah, okay. And here you can see view sub execution, so you can see the error. We're gonna use OpenAI. Okay, this gave error, debug an editor. So we have remove. Okay, and let's use OpenAI's one. Generate an image. It's, let's say DALL-E 2 prompt, and we can respond with image URL, which is gonna be easier for us, but HD. Let's choose quality HD, and let's leave it for now off, so it's gonna respond with binary file to see how we're gonna handle it. Okay, image description. Here we're gonna put the image description, and in this execute workflow, here is the post description. Okay, let's save, and now let's make another call, or let's just pin this and execute the workflow. Oh, we didn't save this. We didn't save the workflow, that's why. Okay, execute. Post writer, we have it. Image, we have it as well. Okay, execute workflow. Now, as you can see, it is waiting for this workflow to finish, and then it's gonna go for this workflow. It's gonna wait it to finish, and then here we're gonna have our outputs merged. Here we have to do it that way, because as you can see, we're gonna get our binary file here, and we're gonna get our post here. If we turn off this wait sub workflow completion, it's gonna straight away pass this output, and we're not gonna have the results from our sub workflows that we can use them. So we can use them later. Okay, we have our post, we have merged the items, append, schema, we can see this, and we have the binary file. So we have two items. Can we aggregate them? Okay, can we combine them? It's gonna generate. Okay, now we have the binary file, and we have the schema. We have one item that is combined. And now let's create another sub workflow which is gonna publish the post. So we can use this publisher, this image generator, and this post creator from any other workflow that we want. Okay, let's execute another workflow again. Sub workflow, execute sub workflow, create new sub workflow. And now we have to accept all the data incoming from the parent workflow. Save it. This is going to be our publisher sub. And in the executions, let's test what executions we will have for each item. And okay, let's execute this. and see if this is gonna be able to pass the binary file to our sub workflow. We're gonna see the execution now. Okay, we have our execution, copy to editor, and what we have, our file is here. Small win, progress, keep pushing. Now DALL-E is progressing with text, that's good. Back to list, and we have our schema. Okay, and now what we're gonna do, Facebook, Graph API, ClimaCast page. We're gonna use the ClimaCast page just for test. Okay, post URL default, post version 22 was working. So here we're gonna say me, here we're gonna say photos, send binary file. The binary is gonna be data, and option query parameters. We're gonna say, we're gonna add parameter, say message, and here on the message, we're gonna have our post title, leave some space, and post text. And let's see if it's gonna be able to publish it now. Oh, now it is pinned. This is why it can't get it. Okay, now unpin this, and non-data because we don't have data. So we have to run the whole workflow, main workflow, and let's test the full workflow now. Let's make 4 pull-ups. Okay, open the chat. Let's clear the execution. Open the chat, clear the chat, and let's test it now. Okay, make me okay, we have our prompt. I want to publish a Facebook post for my win from today that I have made 100 pull-ups in one day. Let's start. Okay, we will see. Congratulations. Here's the suggestion for your Facebook post. And this is going to generate our image. Then it's going to generate our post and it's going to publish it. Let's see. And while we're waiting this, please make sure like and subscribe this video. And if you find my videos helpful, please make sure you comment and engage with me when you comment and tell me what you want to see from or what kind of problems you have with your workflows. So maybe then in the next video we can solve them. So make sure you subscribe. Okay, our workflow has finished. Let's see in Facebook straight away. Just hit 100 pull-ups in one day. Okay, wow, today I smashed my personal record with 100 pull-ups. It wasn't easy, every drop. As you can see, it's really good. Let's delete this photo now. And this is the power of execute sub workflow node. As you can see, now we have 3 modular workflows that we can use in any other workflow. You don't have to build them again. You just made them general. And from now on, you can just use the publisher to publish to your Facebook. You can have your publishers to publish to your TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X, LinkedIn, everywhere. And you can use them in your workflows. You can generate your posts and etc. You can do so many things with execute sub workflow node. And also you can use them as a tools for your agent as well. And you can increase your efficiency more than 10 times. Okay, this is gonna be it for now. I'm gonna include this and the 3 workflows that we have created, so you can go and try them, test them. You have to input all of them in your n8n instance, and then from this one you just have to come and choose these execute workflows and map the fields. I think maybe they're gonna be mapped automatically. And this is gonna be it for today. Thank you very much for staying until the end of the video. Please make sure like and subscribe. And on the next video, we will cover code node. So it's going to be a really interesting one because the capabilities of the code node is really uncovered and undiscovered even. We are still discovering ways to use the code node. So make sure you stay in touch with us and see you on the next one. Thank you.